Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is a reading for Virgo. This is for about mid-April 2022, but that's just sort of an anchor time. It's basically whenever you find this is whenever it's time. So I've got the elemental hexagons here, and I'm going to get a few cards from this pile. I'm doing Virgo. I can't remember if I said that already or not. We have Earth energy ruled by Mercury. And I've got my phrase deck to get a topic for the reading, but the meat of the reading is going to come from one of my chapbook packs here, which are available on my Etsy shop. I don't know why I can't say that all of a sudden, and I think I want this guy right here. Alright. Yes, so I need one of these to start the reading. I'm just kind of drifty at this point. I did clear and shuffle these cards already. Just getting them a little bit more. Okay, I guess I'll take that one. That works for me. Where's my rubber band? My silicone band. Over here. This schmutz on my envelope. Okay. And I'll get a few of these. I gotta shuffle these a little bit more again. Two. Oh, okay, I guess we're getting 4 of them. I was going to do a whole 3 licks to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop, but never mind. Doesn't work anymore. You've ruined it. Alright, what's our topic? Besides cheese. Okay, so I'd forgotten how beautiful, and we have choose your own adventure here. So it's either I've forgotten how beautiful it is, I've forgotten how beautiful life is, or I've forgotten how beautiful you are. It could be all 3 of those things. It could be 1 or 2 of them, and we'll find out in the reading. Alright, so something that has been appreciated less and suddenly realized that it's well loved again. Get these in the frame a little bit better. Okay, what have we got here? Potassium. Okay. 19. So the soundness, and we're dealing with the physical body. Sulfur. Chemical pollution. So this is related to the Devil card, and it says related to hell. It's sort of like, I'm getting the idea of like my body's been ill. And, you know, there's things about it that I don't like. I hate it when this happens, or I hate being in pain all the time. And then it's sort of like, I've forgotten how beautiful it is to have a body and be able to move around in it. Mercury, that's Virgo energy. Mutability, Quicksilver. This is another hell element. This looks like the surface of Mars, though. Although I think it's supposed to be the surface of Mercury, but it's got an electrical crater. Some electrical craters there. Bombardment. It's like electrical disturbances. And we have 41 niobium. So this is rites of passage. We have ornamentation here. So these are like body piercings, like eyebrow rings and stuff like that, niobium. And this makes me think of like a daith piercing and other piercings like in different parts of the ear, and that focus on like different energy points in the body, and like one of them is to help with headaches and stuff like that. There's an idea that there's something you can apply to your body that can be decorative, but is also there to realign your energy. Right? It's like, oh, now I feel pretty, not just because I've got some jewelry, but because it's doing something to my meridians. So this is a kind of an unusual reading. I don't think I've gotten anything quite like this before. This mutability makes me think of like being able to shift. Like you're not sentenced to feel like crap forever. It could also be like acupuncture too. I know that's not decorative, but it's like, well, I'm gonna get dressed up and go out and treat myself and do this. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. All right, I've got part of a printout from testing out my charms, my printable charms. So I have the glove and I have the radio. This is about adjusting the frequency, and there's an electrical aspect too, because it's like, you want to be insulated from being shocked. Reminds me of the character Nitro in Down Periscope, who was always messing around with these fucked up wires, getting electrocuted and stuff. And the one time he puts the glove on, he doesn't really need it. Okay, so I have Draco forms here. I'm not getting anything in particular. Maybe Wands energy. What is the... Oh, the Eight of Wands. Okay. Mercury and Sagittarius. The remedy is actually faster than you thought it was going to be. It's like flipping a switch. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Okay. So I see things that are related here. I'm gonna take this out of the... I actually have to take both of these out of the sleeve because they are extendable. So I have one of Ariel's sisters here. I think that's Alana. And I also have Ariel here. So I feel like Ariel's sisters are more like sort of preening and worried about appearances, and I don't remember if they're like that in the movie or not, but that's just sort of the gist. They're like fully enchanted with being a princess and being fancy and doing performances and that stuff. Ariel is more interested in going out in the world, and she's changing something about her body that is sort of limiting her in some way. Right? She's seeking some kind of healing potion to help her be able to walk. And we have legs on here. She wants to be more stable on land. Which is kind of a weird message, too. What's this? Okay. Okay, so this is a fashion design, and it's for Earth as like a goddess embodying the Earth. So we have this Earth elemental energy, right? I want to be able to stand on solid ground. Earth energy can also be dealing with the human body, right? Again, healing. I want to be able to dress myself up and be able to be feel good about being on the earth. You know, it's like the dressing for my soul, right? The body that I'm inhabiting, my meat sack. I need to freshen it up. I need to put it through the rinse cycle and press it because it's, getting kind of tatty and whatever. So this is the other card that's in here, and this is for one of my playlists, my Adventures with Plastic Crack. And just shows a couple of Barbies. And you sort of think of Barbie is also related to this sort of fashion thing. It's like I'm projecting myself into this world, like, like a doll or a puppet or whatever, and it's like I'm creating a character and I want it to look a certain way. And if I'm embodying a human body, I want to play out my character and I want it to be able to move it a certain way. But if my doll breaks, now what am I going to do? Like, I need to figure out how to repair it. I need to, like, sew up the clothes. I need to put it in different clothes. It's this weird, like, side comment about what a human body is in general. And these cards are more about finding the right electrical wiring, the right like electromagnetic field for your body to be healthy. And this is one of the things too, why, partly because I didn't want to make a separate channel. I'm like, well, TV channels have different shows on them. Why can't I have different shows on my channel? So the Adventures with Plastic Crack is my hobby playlist. And the way that I operate with my collection is I'll get something that I'm intrigued by that I can, pretend to afford at the time. And then I'll be like, okay, well, this doll isn't really doing much for me. I'm going to keep working on her until the energy changes, right? I'm going to reroute them. I'm going to change their clothes. I'm going to change their earrings. I'm going to, fix their broken neck with some epoxy. I'm going to, like, repaint their faces, whatever. And then it might take anywhere from like 2 to 10 years to get it where it's sort of exciting every time I see it. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. But the whole point is you can change the energy of the physical body until it hits a certain frequency. And that's kind of why this card is more interesting than just in passing in relation to the electromagnetic field of your body. Because if your energy bodies have distortions, if there's like an interference in the wave pattern that alters it in some way, it can make you sick. And something like a daith piercing is a physical world, a material world hack to adjust your energy body. It's sort of like how I feel like, in my opinion, I think I might have to do another segment on this reading. In my opinion, this sort of like close encounter-y, spontaneous download psychedelic rock and roll music movement throughout, especially the 60s and 70s, for me, I view it as being a physical world hack to repair the damage that was done by switching from 432 hertz in music to, I think they switched it to 440. And it ended up distorting right? So instead of like healing and having a numinous experience by being in a sound bubble, then it was starting to like injure people in more subtle ways. You know, like people listen to music and they get angry or something. And I think that popular music has gone into this phase where it's all like auto-tuned and it's all like electronically enhanced and stuff, to the point where it's more and more obvious that there's a distortion. But the music that's sort of down, like spontaneously downloaded lyrics and instrumentation of the psychedelic and glam rock era persuasion was another example of a physical world hack into the energy body system to fix these waveform distortions, where you see like this ring has another one forming on it. It's distorting the waveform. It's bubbling until it starts breaking up the pattern. Okay. So let's see what's in here. This is Lilith. That may or may not be relevant. Let me see what we're going to read in here. Let's see which one I want to read. I think I'm going to read my Mirage, which just sort of goes into that psychedelic thing, because my Mirage is one of the songs on Iron Butterfly's In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida album. There's, you know, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida takes up one whole side of the album, and then the other side has like 3 or 4, oh, maybe it has 5. It has like 5 like normal length songs on it, and my Mirage is one of them. So, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, baby. Just out of reach, almost to the waters, I shall drink from this fount of plenty, the desert heat wriggling up and down me, crystalline blindness. I cut the thirst from my body, I need this nourishment. Fill me with the cooling essence, let me breathe life. As I reach the oasis, the crystals don't fade. There's nothing here. Relief is still far on the horizon. Okay. Now, I don't know if that necessarily goes with the reading, but there's this idea of, you know, being out in the desert, this wasteland. If you think of the surface of Mercury, it's, you know, electrically cratered to shit. There's nothing on there. It's toasted by the sun on a regular basis. And the surface of Mars is kind of similar. And you think of sulfur in chemical pollution, it's sort of creating a wasteland. Even this niobium thing has a desert, sort of rocky, sandy, deserty background on it. Where's the... trying to get that to focus. There we go. But there's this idea of... the word crystal is in here. Crystallization is materialization, right? Energy that starts to crystallize becomes material, basically. You know, what happens when... like, what happens when a photon crystallizes? I need this nourishment. Let me breathe life. And then this idea of the desert heat wriggling up and down me. That's like an electrical field. So what this reading is talking about is repairing the energy body by hacking into it from the physical body in order to create a state of wellness. I'm going to start another segment. So, I want to give an example of this. I have these 2 books here. Egyptian Postures of Power by Jason Quitt, and the sequel, The Moon. This is the Sun book, and this is the Moon book. He just released in like Christmas time of 2021 a revised version. And I can't afford it yet, so I haven't gotten it. and it took me a long time to even get these ones, but these books are about doing physical movements that hack into the energy bodies. Essentially, I don't think that's the way that he describes it, but that's basically what these are for. And if I had been using them regularly, I might have gotten some more benefit out of it. And even these, one of the suggestions here is to use crystals. Those are crystal rods. There's a picture of him using them in here. Let's see if he's actually holding them in any of the pictures. I guess not. In these pictures, like, he would be holding the crystal rods in his fist, and you can see that in, I don't know if there's an example in here. Oh, here's one. Yeah, they would be holding them in the fists. Get these in the hands. And that would be to help heal the body through the electrical grid on it. And this is something that's similar to what they do in Bowen therapy, where they'll press on different points where like muscles and different like electrical points on the fascia, and the muscle will then vibrate and then it'll reset. So if your whole back is locked up and you get the Bowen therapy, it'll reset the electric, and then you have to go home and rest and drink a bunch of water so you don't get dehydrated. And then that's how it without a lot of complexity and suffering and all this other crap, it will reset your muscles, and then your muscles won't be all locked up. That's another thing. So there's 3 different ways. I think there's, whatever. I've mentioned a few different ways about hacking into the different energy bodies from the physical body. And I think it's something that, as a study in general, needs more, to be more coherent for people to be able to talk about it. You know, it's somewhat known in the occult community that when you're sick, your physical body is trying to tell you something that's wrong emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. And if you don't listen, it will keep screaming at you louder until your body, like, all stops. But this is a way to go back and start healing rapidly, is by finding locations on the body to stick something in there, literally, or to pressure point it, or to move your body into certain angles so that the energy flows in the direction you want it to, and it'll kind of burst through any knots on its own. Because the energy wants to flow in the pattern, but it wants to go in this pattern, but if there's a blockage, it'll have to go it'll have to go around it. And once you start aligning the whole system to go this way, it'll have to be able to blast through that distortion and flow where it's supposed to go. And that's where the rapid healing will come in. I feel slightly hypocritical talking about this because it's something that I sort of know about, but I haven't really been doing myself. And I've been starting to think about it. This is important. Let me get this focus back onto some of this crap on the table so it's not like headache inducing. I've been thinking about this. It's like, if my body is 70% water, what does an aligned water molecule look like? Maybe something like this. Maybe something like this. And And then I was thinking, oh, I'm such a dumbass. I should go on my Cafe Press and get an Egg of Life glass so that when I drink my water, it'll have that sacred geometry on it. And I'm just like, wow, that's really dumb. Like, not only is that something that's useful, it's something that I can't even afford for my own site right now. But, and there's something that, is it Michael Lee Hill? That guy? He's got these coasters that he's selling and some jewelry and stuff that have a 7-pointed star thing in them, and that's supposed to do the same thing. You put your glass on the coaster and it infuses it with the energy. And it's the same idea of like telling your water I love you before you drink it, or sticking it in front of a speaker to get some like good vibes from Enya or whatever you're listening to before drinking it. Meditation music. And so I went through this thing, I was thinking about it. So, okay, if my body's 70% water, what does a healthy water molecule look like? Well, if you look at a snowflake that's crystallized water, it's going to have a hexagonal symmetry, right? So if I want my body, the 70% of my body that's water, to be healthy, I need to have that geometric symmetry. And I need to think about the water in my body being in that symmetry. It's like, okay, so what does a healthy flesh cell look like? What does a healthy liver cell look like? What does healthy lymph node tissue look like? What does a healthy neuron look like? And then it starts setting up this thing. Okay, if this is what it's supposed to look like, I don't know what my crusty body is looking like inside. So I'm going to start imagining. I'm going to tell the cells in my body, this is the blueprint. Start moving around till you match this pattern, right? Okay, body, this is the dance step. Learn the dance step. And it's a way to start programming yourself to become healthy. And I've literally only been thinking about this. I thought about it like a few days ago. I've had some crap going on that kind of distracted me. But in theory, the idea is to practice the different ways of electrical alignment, but then to go in and find out what healthy parts of you need to look like. And then as the godhead of the cells in your body, dictate to them. And even this is like a cellular pattern here, right? Where these cells that are fitted together, like a skin. If you talk to your body, then it can respond to you. If you never say anything to your body, it's just left to do whatever it can until the cell replication breaks down, until the telomeres get too worn out. And things just kind of mutate. So if you're communicating with your body what the healthiness looks like, then you can say, okay, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to print out what a healthy liver cell looks like, and I'm going to put it on a fake tattoo printout, and I'm going to stick it to my abdomen and just rub it on there and have a temporary tattoo for a couple weeks and see if my liver starts doing better. You know, if you've been drinking too much and you want to cleanse, try that one out. I don't have proof of it working, but I mean, the daith piercing would indicate that it would have to listen. So this is what's going on for Virgo, and I gotta stop this because this reading is getting a little bit on the lengthy side. Alright, so if you want to get a chapbook pack of your own, they're on my Etsy. Oh my god, I almost made myself nauseous. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. My Etsy shop, coupon code 3star17, you'll get 17% off your purchase of any 3 or more items on my site. And if you go through the link tree, it should pop right in at the top. That's Cat the Minion for all of these things. If you found this useful or helpful or interesting in some way, consider donating. Energy exchange, tip jar, it's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you want to get that Draco Forms coloring book or energy forms, or my poetry book that has, you know, these in it, that's on Amazon with the Kindle Direct Publishing, and those are in the link tree. I have Card of the Day coming out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you want to order a personal reading, the list of readings I offer and how much they cost is going to be down in the description box underneath here. Or you can get a PDF version with little pictures on my WordPress, or you can email me and I can send you the PDF. And there's a matching Readings for Sale sample playlist on my channel here. And then, like I was mentioning, those glasses are on Cafe Press. Any other merch you want to get with psychedelic stuff on it to decorate your body with, to try to change those energies, or if you want to change the energy of the walls in your place, that's also good for that. And prints on DeviantArt and real art items on Etsy, like these guys. I've got a chakra set and some singles in both this 6-inch size and 4-inch size, and the chapbook packs and all that stuff there. So all of this stuff through my link tree, linktr.ee/cattheminion. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out that playlists tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.